Itaque rem sescipit, et a sequanis impetrat, ut per fines suos Helvetios ire patiantur, obsedesque uti inter se dent perficit. Sequani ne itinere Helvetios prohibiant, Helvetii ut sine maleficio et in uria transiant. Continuing on, and Domnorix is still our subject. And so, rem sescipit, not too hard, I think you can handle that. Et a sequanis, prepositional phrase, a sequanis. Oh, and here's that funky verb, impetrat, again. He obtains, he gets something. He gets from the sequanis, he gets something. Let's see what it is. And this thing that he gets is this whole ut clause. He gets from the sequanis that prepositional phrase, per fines suos. Then we have Helvetios, which is just the accusative subject of ire, that they allow, they being the sequanis, allow the Helvetians to go through their borders. So Domnorix gets from the sequanis, gets this thing from the sequanis, namely that they allow the Helvetians to go through their borders. Okay, we are going to check out this next thing because it's a little hairy. Notice that obsedesque, we've got that long es, is either nominative or accusative plural. We don't have enough information yet. And then we have uti, which is, in this instance, it is ut, not utor. It just means ut. It's another way of saying ut, so we'll write that there. So something about hostages, ut, inter se, prepositional phrase, among themselves, and then dent. Okay, that is subjunctive from dot. It's a present subjunctive. So I see now, Caesar has got a clause here that goes like this. And then this is a word that introduces that subjunctive clause. So he brings it about, perficit. This introduces a result clause. He, Domnorix, brings about the result, ut, that they, the Helvetians and sequanis, give. What do they give or exchange? They give hostages, obsedes, among themselves. So Domnorix did two things. He brought it about that the sequanis allow the Helvetians to go through their territory, and that's why we got this que, and he brings it about that they give hostages among themselves. So they exchanged hostages. This next section explains why they exchanged hostages. So the sequanis did it, and this is a result clause, or I'm sorry, a purpose clause. Why did the sequanis give hostages to the Helvetians? Lest they prohibit the Helvetians from the trip. So the sequanis gave hostages as a promise that they wouldn't harm the Helvetians as they're trying to go, that they not prohibit the Helvetians on the trip. And then Caesar goes on. The Helvetians, why did they give hostages? And again, this is another purpose clause. Ut, the Helvetians gave hostages so that they would cross through the Sequani territory, and a prepositional phrase here, without any trouble and injury. So each side exchanged hostages in order to make the other side feel better. Sequanis gave hostages to the Helvetians so that they, the Sequanis, would not stop the Helvetians on the trip. The Helvetians gave hostages to the Sequanis so that they, the Helvetians, would make the journey through without any trouble for the Sequanis.